Nerfed, nerfed, nerfed. The meta weapons in Helldivers 2 have been nerfed. A new minor patch. I like how they put minor. Arrowhead Studios, or should we say Joel the Game Master, has gone too far this time. In my opinion, it's just gone too far. Helldivers, this is an emergency. We have got to voice our opinions on this. Is the reason why I'm making a video on this subject. I've been playing Helldivers 2 pretty heavily, especially the last couple of weeks. It's a very fun game. I like it a lot. I do not like, though, what they are doing here. Let's go ahead and get into it. Minor patch 01.000.100. Major updates. Planetary hazards active. Many planets now have additional environmental challenges that will appear at random while you are deployed, from fire tornadoes to meteor showers and many more. All right, that's all good so far. I like that. So we got more things to do inside the missions. Not mad at that at all. Balancing. Eradicate missions. Eradicate missions now require more kills and enemy spawns more often. The time to complete the mission was previously shorter than intended and should now usually take twice as long to complete. I'm guessing those are the 12-minute missions. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. I like the shorter missions. I feel like it's a nice change of pace for some of them that are very, very long, especially if you're trying to do everything. So I'm not so sure. I'm indifferent about this. I kind of like shorter missions as well. So now they're going to be twice as long and more enemies spawning. That just sounds like hell. Like I said, Joel the Game Master is just putting up some wilt numbers in this patch. This is, though, the information that I'm about to read here is going to cause, I would imagine, a rift in the community. A lot of opinions. You're going to be seeing a lot of videos about this probably. You're going to be seeing a lot of tweets about this. You're going to see a lot of Reddit posts about this right now. Look at Reddit right now. By the way, yeah, the patch is live on PS5, it says as well. This was Steam, obviously, that we're reading the patch notes from. So PS5 and Steam, it's going live already. Primary, secondary, and support weapons. Some nerfs and some buffs. The very first two, meta changing. Breaker, decreased magazine capacity from 16 to 13, increased recoil from 30 to 55. Wow. That sounds terrible. I'm going to be playing this shortly. I'm going to go ahead and test out these weapons. I'll probably have a follow-up video about how I really feel. Right now, it's just kind of shocking, and I feel like this is a big mistake. It feels like the breaker, though, is going to be terrible. It was already difficult enough to run around trying to avoid all these automatons or bugs, and turning around and just trying to, get them off your back, right? Especially whenever a charger's running after you or a bile titan. Now with the recoil being that much too, you're gonna have a hard time just turning around and shooting stuff to try to get them off your back. It really is heartbreaking that they'll do this. I love the breaker. That was my favorite gun, and now it's gonna be, oh man, I can't say useless because I haven't tested it yet, but it sounds terrible. Railgun. Oh no, look at this. Decrease armor penetration in safe mode. Decrease damage against durable enemy parts. Why? One, you had to have a ridiculous level to get the railgun in the first place. So I feel like the reward for getting it is fine once you reach that level. So it doesn't make any sense to me to decrease damage against durable enemy parts. I feel like the breaker and railgun are fine the way they are, and this is unnecessary. Decrease armor penetration in safe mode. I don't know. I don't understand. Again, I'll be testing it. We'll see. Flamethrower. The buffs sound great. They should have just done the buffs, honestly. Flamethrower. Increase damage per second by 50%. That should get a lot more people to use it. Laser cannon, increased damage against durable enemy parts, increased armor penetration, improve ergonomics. So obviously it looks like the laser cannon is now taking place of the railgun. Maybe that's what the point was. Maybe they want people to realize that, hey, the railgun's not supposed to be for the Bile-Titan, use this instead. But still, again, you can make these buffs and leave what people like to use alone. You know what I mean? The Punisher, increased total ammo capacity from 40 to 60, increased stagger force, increased damage from 40 per bullet to 45 per bullet. Sounds good. You know, obviously I'm going to be trying that gun now, obviously, since Breaker's out of the picture. Same with this Breaker spray and pray. Increased armor penetration, increased fire rate from 300 to 330, increased number of pellets from 12 to 16 per shot, decreased the magazine size from 32 to 26. Obviously the decrease makes sense considering the amount of increase they've been doing with the fire rate, the armor penetration, and the number of pellets. So I'm not mad about the magazine size dropping whenever they're increasing everything else. So it does sound like the Breaker spray and pray and the Punisher are the two weapons they want people to use the most now. The laser cannon feels like it's going to be replacing the railgun when it comes to usage. And obviously needed to improve the ergonomics too, because yeah, it's a pain. Man, I feel like they could have done these buffs and left the meta weapons alone, because if you release this patch and you just show that flamethrower is up, laser cannon is up, Punisher's up, Breaker spray and pray is up, people are gonna want to try it. I just think that by nerfing the most popular weapons that people use, you're gonna have some feelings there that might have implications further down the road. The player base might not trust you as much anymore. Stratagems, and this is another major one. Energy shield backpack, again attacking the meta, increased delay before recharging. Doesn't sound like a big deal. Something tells me it is a big deal. So we'll see how viable the energy shield backpack is. After this, I'm not a fan of the wording. We'll see how much of a delay this is. Increased delay. It sounds bad. The 380mm and 120mm orbital barrages increase duration of the bombardment, decrease spread. So I'm not so sure about the decreased spread. Why would you increase the duration but decrease the spread? I mean, it sounds like it's a buff, but they're nerfing the spread at the same time. I'm not sure why they would do that. Then the fixes. Let's go ahead and read these fixes real quick. Let's knock these out. Fix armor rating values not reducing damage as intended. Fix certain bug holes, including stalker nests that were unnecessarily hard to destroy. That needed to happen for sure. Fix anti-aliasing toggle not working on PS5. Balance lighting across all planets to solve cases where the game was too dark. That definitely needed. Improve flashlight efficiency or efficacy. However you say it. Increase, I don't know if it's misspelled or not. Increase visibility during sand rain, weather on Errata Prime. Updated tutorial materials and lighting. Improve cases where some materials could look blurry if lighting. Graphic setting was set to low. Fix timing issues that could occur in the Extract E710 primary objective. Changed button interaction behavior for buttons in bunker points of interest. Helldivers will now let go of the button after holding it for a few seconds. Fix some cases of large assets floating if the ground beneath them was blown up. Helldivers standing next to ICBMs during launch will get properly toasted with a chance of not so spontaneous combustion. That's pretty cool. So they're basically saying don't stand next to them or you're gonna blow up. Ah, nice. Fix unthrowable snowballs after ragdolling. Fix being able to use grenades after drowning. Camera no longer locked on the player's own corpse and blocking spectator mode. That needed to be updated for sure. Helldivers now take damage from fire, gas, etc. generated by other players. I thought that was already happening, so it is interesting. I wonder how I was catching off fire already. Armor no longer stretches when dismembered. So, I mean, some good fixes in there for sure. And some funny ones like the ICBM standing next to it during launch. Known issues. So these are the issues either introduced by this patch and are being worked on or are from a previous version that have not yet been fixed. So these are the things they have in plan for the future. Game may crash after dropping several high-powered stratagems in succession. Yeah, that's something they probably want to fix. Picking up items from caches may cause characters to freeze in place for an extended period of time. Picking up items from bunkers and caches in quick succession may render one of the items unpickable. Yeah, that sounds like something they should fix right away. Players cannot unfriend other players befriended via friend code. Didn't know that, but obviously I guess fix that. Players may be unable to select loadout or return to ship when joining a multiplayer game session via PS5 activity card. Mission objective HUD displays different numbers for client and host during some missions. Yeah, that should be something they should fix. Default armor is always shown while viewing the war bond, regardless of the armor that the player has equipped. Yeah, just some little annoying thing. Text chat display is obstructed by the cinematic letterboxing during extraction. Nah, that's annoying too. Some text in the HUD UI is missing or not displaying correctly. Players may experience issues when many players attempt to log in or play at the same time. Yeah, I mean, they fixed that really good though. I mean, so I have not seen many people complaining about login issues anymore or attempting to log in. So I mean, it is good that they have that still continuously to improve, but yeah, they've been doing a really good job in that. Login rate limiting. Player may become disconnected during play. Yeah, that's annoying. That's happened before. Various UI issues may appear when the game interacts with servers. Some games may not be joined by others for a short period of time. So these are the things that they know and they're gonna fix in future patches. What do you guys think of this minor patch? It's definitely gonna be talked about. I'm making a video on it. I usually don't make videos and stuff like this, and I'm making a video on it. I feel like they're making a big mistake nerfing weapons. I hope in the future they do not nerf, because then you have people that's not going to trust you when it comes to weapon. They're going to be afraid to use a weapon that's good, knowing that the more people that use it, it's just going to go away. Like that, just to me, that shouldn't happen. If you would have released this same patch and just highlight that the Punisher is buffed, the Breaker Spray and Pray is buffed, the Laser Cannon is buffed, the Flamethrower is buffed, you're going to have people naturally play these weapons to test out. They're gonna be like, oh man, this weapon is good, this is awesome, this is way better than the Breaker, and they're gonna start using those weapons. So in the future, Arrowhead, if you're listening, please stop with the nerfs. No more nerfs. Helldivers, if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and comment. Y'all have a good one.